all these things, right? You're practicing these fucking
nefarious methods to find information, but
with the possibility of you are going, like, this isn't going to be well for you.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if you're going to do this to find out, and maybe it was the wrong answer, and that's why she shut up. Yeah.
And so is it a way to, I was so bad on earth because nothing's at the end. It doesn't matter. We could have lived the way we wanted to, and there's no judgment at the end of it all.
Perhaps that was the answer too.
Because I'm sure those people have done worse.
And then Mademoiselle was like, I'm sick of this. So she got to the point where this poor girl was skinned, and then she realized, what's the fucking point?
What's the point?
Yeah, why keep doing this? I got the answer, there's nothing. It's over. I don't want to do this anymore, Something like that.
So maybe she felt guilty? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It all...
After 17 years?
Yeah.
I don't think I could actually want to hurt somebody. I just, like, having people in my life that willingly want it, it was hard to get over that for me.
But there are people that like to be abused, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I mean, and everything becomes like a habit eventually, like it's like smoking cigarettes. It's hard to quit. It's hard to quit people because you get so used to them. You hear people, we've been married 40 years. Yeah, I've been smoking 40 years. It's the same thing to me. There's a habit. And its habits are extremely hard to break.
There was no, this wasn't at all like a sexual film. It wasn't.
Oh, no.
Nobody was getting aroused at all. So, like, it definitely wasn't even a part of the BDSM community.
And there wasn't even a rape involved in torture, which is usually a standard practice.
I thought there would have been, because there was a point where Lucy said, something about her, she didn't care when she bent me over.
I don't remember that.
She was saying that to Anna after she discovered Anna trying to help the blonde bitch.
Oh.
She was saying, like, she didn't care every time she bent me over, and she didn't care every time she beat me. So when she said that, I was like, her over? Was this fucking woman raping her? Like, what a sick bitch. But after that, there was no evidence of any type of sexual stuff, which honestly, I was really glad to see that, because it's almost like everything there's sex involved in it somehow.
Well, it's a violation of rape,
So it was actually nice. It was like a relief to see, like, gosh, like, this man could, the writer-director could take his mind clearly somewhere far that it wasn't just sexual. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
It was all violence.
It was all violence and pain.
Which...
I think that's really cool, because that just doesn't happen. I feel like in every movie almost, there's some sort of physical affection. Anna did kiss Lucy.
She tried.
And Lucy, like, what are you doing? And remember the mom called Lucy a pervert? Yeah.
Yes.
Her daughter was the fucking pervert the whole time, because, why? You tried to kiss her in front of the dead husband and wife, their kids. Now the bitch starts coughing up blood coming to. Now you feel something?
Yeah, that was weird.
So that was probably the only part, but it was, I think, a desperate attempt from Anna.
Get out of the situation they're in?
To...
mentally?
Show and feel love from Lucy.
I understand.
Like, this is why I love you. Like, I'm here for you, and kissed her.
It wasn't like an awkward lesbian attempt, would you say?
I think it was true love.
Okay.
And I don't think true love has
any boundaries.
Right, yeah. You can, I think for me, yes, it does have boundaries. I'm not going to love the fucking coffee kettle over there, or like...
But, what do they call that?
It's like soulmate. It's like connecting with your...
Yeah.
Like... And maybe Lucy...
In that time...
It wasn't sexual for Lucy, and it maybe wasn't super sexual for Anna too, but affection is showing love. I just don't think Anna had boundaries her goddamn self.
Well, she didn't know. They were raised in an orphanage. You can't...
Yeah.
who knows? what happened.
But I think it was true love. I think Anna and Lucy loved
I took
each
it
other.
as a big sign of affection, and I'm supporting you so much that I want to kiss you. Or
don't be afraid because
I'm here. I'm with you. I'm helping you. I want you to get out of this, you know? Interesting point, because I forgot all about that because it was so minute, you know?
it pisses me off that the society will never be discovered. It continues. So that is going to continue even after.
Well, it could have disbanded after the leader offed herself like that. Because I think she was the driving force. It was almost like a cult
right, and then
led by
hopefully
this
they
lady.
felt betrayal too, and just kind of like, fuck all this stuff I'm doing.
She found the answer and then was selfish to keep it.
These people were too willing to do this stuff. They genuinely enjoyed hurting people.
I don't think the backers really enjoyed it. I think they didn't want to know what went on. They just wanted the result. No matter what the methods
I'm thinking
were.
about the person who did the flame, the woman who kept feeding and stopping her.
Yeah, the actual...
Those people were not forced to do anything. So those people were going to continue, I think, hurting.
And they did it with, like it was just a job. Like, nothing, no feeling of nothing.
We never showed payment. Or they never showed payment. They never showed...
Well, they showed it.
But they had money.
The luxurious, the cars and the house and stuff like that. That's how they showed these people lived well, and they didn't have regular jobs.
Well.
They didn't have regular jobs other than to torture someone.
That's what's really scary too.
And
to know, like,
in reality,
these people were having a great family moment in the beginning of this movie.
But I read a story. It was a place in, I think it was Belgium, and it was a house that was well protected, security like crazy, and they had tunnels, and they would do rituals in there. And the one girl, she was trafficked, she was kidnapped, or her mother sold her, was part of the group that did this stuff, and she's like 30 years old now, and she was 14 at the time, because they like pubescent girls for some rituals, before puberty, because that's when people get possessed too, they say. Because this change is happening in your body, which is a great change, so that's when you're more open to influences and whatever. But she would say they would do these horrific rituals to her, and then they would put her with some rich guy in Germany, and he would, it was just, and I'm like, this stuff is so hard to believe, but this woman was telling you what happened to her, and she was obviously messed up from it. But she said she had to tell so people know that this is not some random thing. This happens too much, because she met others, and she had other societies that would get these kids and use them, and then they would trade off like somewhat like slaves and stuff. And so I think this stuff kind of really happens, and the people that are involved are so rich and powerful that they keep a cap on it or give out disinformation, and I don't know. It's just,
they not even for a second was worried about
getting caught.
Yeah.
Because there were probably some police involved with them and stuff like the high-powered people,
Yes.
Okay, so let's wrap up I guess it's an analysis of the movie anyway, it's just talking, but did you like this movie? I mean, how would you, I guess, rate it?
I did like it. I didn't like how I felt watching it, and then also the ending, just because there was no answers.
How did you feel what do you mean? How it made you feel? Like,
I was annoyed because it was not giving a lot of information. Like, I feel like my mind had to figure out what happened there, what or why did that happen, or why is the fucking mom call authorities. There was so much my mind was bouncing to throughout the movie. So
isn't that what makes?
But I think that's what he meant. I think that was the point of it, because it is really so fucked up that I think he wanted you to feel like you were in the movie. Like, he was torturing me throughout the movie, and in the end I didn't get no fucking answers.
But
I would recommend it for sure.
Oh, me too.
I think people who like
Highly
horror
recommend.
films should watch it. It's pretty good.
Would you classify it as a horror film?
Mm-hmm.
Psychological
It's a psychological horror, yeah.
I mean, I know you're a fan of horror
Because
films.
definitely, I mean, who would want that to happen to them? You get kidnapped and then you're...
Yeah. But you're a fan of horror films, so how would you rank it in terms of horror only?
I think the graphics were really good.
Okay.
It showed pretty much
There's
everything.
nothing
The
really held
bashing
back.
of the head,
Skinny.
when the demon was skinny, then the demon was scratching her up.
Oh, yeah.
They really showed, like, the cuts and everything.
And it looked pretty good.
It looked really good.
So special effects.
When all the way from up here down to there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, really? Oh.
Yeah, it was deep.
It was fucking
It's like a canyon, you know?
So yeah, I think and then the idea of that there's people who take young children and young women, because they found that
Women.
the most successful
were
at
women,
transcending were young women.
Yeah. Because they said they tried kids, men, but the women at a certain age were the more appropriate for their cause, I guess.
Yeah. So.
In terms of horror film, would it be like a top horror film in your eyes? You know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
And psychological film, too, I would say. Because there's like psychological dramas, which are pretty good, like the movie Seven. It's kind of like I wouldn't call it horror, but they do show some horrific stuff, but nothing like this. But I like the psychological aspect of that, and then the end.
And a lot of things it wasn't making sense. So I think that goes into the psychological part of it too, because
it engages
I'm trying to question,
right.
Why the fuck did she take her makeup off? You know, there was probably things that were super symbolic, but
yes. Well, I think we kind of picked up on a lot of those and kind of, analyzed them in our way, what we saw, and I discovered a lot from you talking about it, like, oh yeah, this part, that part. And didn't really think of the mother wound thing on Anna, but you explained that quite well, and that's why she did what she did, and that's what made her a martyr, because I guess mothers make good martyrs because they could be martyrs to their children in a way, so there's that. And that's why they picked those women at that certain age, because they have that capacity to sacrifice themselves in a sense. So yeah, it was. I really liked this movie a lot, and I remember I saw it years ago when it first came out, and I was like, Jesus, this is a good one.
It's good. The pictures are good. The effects are good. Everything. Like, there's not really.
The pacing was excellent. The atmosphere of it. It was. Even I don't even remind.
The emotions.
Oh yeah.
Like, the actors and actresses, they did really good.
Everybody, it was an excellent, really well done movie, and a strange one too. And that's what I like about it, because of what they were trying to accomplish and how. And it was, and then the ending, of course, was like, oh wow,
Yes. I didn't like the ending. It's fine. You need to watch it to find out.
Anyway, what's the name of the movie and who directed it?
Martyrs.
If you recall. The French fella. I think it's French or Belgium, I'm not sure.
This is a Canadian-French film.
Oh, okay.
Or French-Canadian. So, Pascal Laguerre.
And what year was it out? It came out?
2008.
Okay, so we highly recommend that. If you could stomach something like that, watch it.
Definitely watch it, and let us know in the comments what you think about the movie.
Yes. Thanks.